Oh, Canada, this does apply to politicians everywhere in the world, I'm sure, but I want to talk today about Canada. Most liberals and some conservative politicians as well suffer from they're narcissists, right? They suffer from that as a personality disorder, and most often they are also a sociopath. This is medical stuff. Work with me here. They use rules as a weapon. They get very upset if anyone acts inappropriately or has broken the law or rules, yet they see nothing wrong that when they break the very same rules or laws that in fact they were part of putting into place, right? They are narcissists, and they're in love with themselves, and they believe that they are privileged. Rules are made by them for the commoners, not for them, for they are destined to rule the commoners. That'll be you and me. They enhance their lives and they ruin our lives. Certainly they affect our lives every day. Medically, the narcissist sociopath combo is extremely dangerous, and it's almost impossible to treat. Most sitting politicians do have this as we speak. It's a fact. We can vote them out, maybe, kind of, but if we do, then we do need new laws and new rules, right? Politicians must be tested by a doctor, and the head doctor too, in my humble opinion, and then the government, we'll have better people running it, right? Running us, ruling us. I don't like ruling, but that is kind of what they do. They're supposed to govern. If you fly a jet airplane, you have to have a test, a mental test. If you carry a gun, you have to have a mental test. If you buy a gun, same thing. Politicians, they don't have the mental test, and I dare say that most of them in government today in Canada, oh, Canada, I weep for thee, or thou, something like that. I dare say that most of them would fail the test. It's a little bit spooky. How do you fix it? I mean, there is another party. Politicians are kind of the same, but the Liberals, I think, have more of this disease than anyone on the other side. Maybe the NDP would be a close second, maybe even above. But the Conservative Party, they have some too. But the Conservative Party is a hope for Canada. Oh, Canada, maybe they could fix it, right? But you need somebody to run with new, fresh ideas and to do it as a patriot. And one of the first things that a government would do, or a person that's running to lead the government, would be term limits. Then, you know what? I'm not a narcissist anymore because I'm going to be out of a job in 2 terms. The prime minister should only be allowed to run twice. There's so much talent. Almost 40 million people living in the country, and one person keeps going until he loses. Whether it be Harper or Trudeau, Trudeau will be there forever until he loses, right? They don't leave otherwise. You need term limits. You need somebody that's running for office to say that. I will never run for office. This is not a stump speech. I'm just kind of helping or trying to help with regards to where we could go in Canada. There's a leadership thing about to begin in Canada now with the Conservative Party, and a few people have said, hey, I'm going to run now. Here's what I suggest somebody do or say. They might win and the country might be saved. Just some ideas. I'm sure you have a lot of your own, but let's start with mine. Here we go. Term limits, fixed election dates. You should know when the election is every year. America does that. Canada, they kind of say, whenever we think it's time for us to win, or good for us to win, then we'll call an election. It's only going to be 20 some odd days, and hey, that's wrong. You need fixed election dates. You need to know when it is. Sell the CBC. These are ideas for somebody running for the leadership. Sell the CBC. Government shouldn't be in that business, losing billions of dollars a year. Sell it, reduce the taxes, eliminate the Official Languages Act. Wow, that's a big one. People go, hey, you can't do that. You'd save trillions with a T, trillions of dollars. Your taxes will go down. Eliminate it. French people in Quebec don't mind. I've talked to so many of them, and they say, well, you guys are silly out there. We have an official language. We have French, and you guys have both, and nobody understands the one of them. Get rid of it. You don't need it. Politicians, their donations, I think it's $1,650, whatever that number is, you're allowed to give them, call it $1,650. So a politician is honest to $1,650. If you give him $1,700, he's a thief now, right? Come on. You should be able to donate as much as you wish as your country. And selling memberships to run for the leadership in all parties, that's a farce as well. That's like buying votes back in Davy Crockett days, right? That's what they did. That's silly. I mean, you should only deal, you shouldn't go sell memberships. You should only deal with the people who are members now. The red tape, that's a part of it. Get rid of all the red tape. There's so much of it. Personal protection. 500,000 women a year in Canada say that they've had some sexual abuse issues. They've been raped or things like that. Wow. And they're not even allowed to have pepper spray. And they say that there's probably 2 million women a year who don't report it because they're embarrassed, right? So you got, call it, millions of women every year that are sexually abused, and they can't even carry pepper spray. Before you even get into dogs and bears and everything else, that's craziness. You need protection, personal protection. It's not the government's right to take it away. They had no right to do that. It's your right, given by somebody else. You have the right to protect yourself. If you choose not to, that's your business. Reform the Senate. It's a joke, right? Every province should have equal representation. Capital punishment. Government took the people's choice away. The people, a jury, should have that choice. And if there's a serial murderer, the public, the jury, should have the choice. The government shouldn't have the choice. That's not to say you have to go out and kill people. You don't have to, but at least now you have your choice back. Voter laws. Right now, people in jail can vote. That's crazy. Racism. A government's racist against us, white people. That's wrong. I mean, they have these little quotas. You know, we only accept so many white people into the military and so many white people here. That's crazy. Everybody should be treated the same. Oh, and if you're a black person, you don't have to pass the exam with the same mark as a white person. That's craziness. Get rid of that racial stuff. Recall, the right of recall. There should be a board of directors in every riding that has the ability to fire that person, the member of parliament, who works for them. The people, they're the shareholders, they go up to the board of directors, and the board of directors go to the CEO, which of course is the member of parliament, and says, hey, you can't do this anymore, go away. Federal ridings, there's 338 of them, talk about being overrepresented and underserved. Get rid of at least half of them. Oh, what do I do with all that extra money? Many millions of dollars. Pay the taxes, pay the debt down, and your taxes have gone down. Sell assets, government. Sell everything you can. You shouldn't own stuff. You know, you should be the referee. Get rid of it. Oh, then you can pay the taxes, debt. Pay the debt down, and your taxes go down. Corporate welfare. That's a biggie. Stop giving money to all these big companies, Loblaws and all these other companies that either, eat what you kill, make it or break it. But don't give taxpayer money away to people. That's wrong. Guess what? Debt goes down, taxes go down. And bring back the penny. That sounds crazy, I know, but millions of dollars are lost by Canadians every year because of rounding up or rounding down. Millions of dollars. So only a government in Canada could say that we're going to make a rule or a law, I guess, that we don't have to balance anything. It doesn't have to add up. That's just some ideas. There's a lot more, I'm sure, but I'll give those to you another day. The thing is, what I'm really saying is Canada needs a change. They need a change. And maybe someone that's running for the CPP party, Conservative Party of Canada, maybe they can make it happen. Maybe they can help Canada, but we don't need any more crazy people running the country. We need somebody with good sense, and good sense ain't common. Hey, see ya.